Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to walk you step by step how to get your resale certificate, also known as your sales tax exempt, so that way you will not pay any taxes on the products or inventory that you buy to sell for your Amazon FBA business. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Lester and I've been selling on Amazon FBA since 2021, where I started as a side hustle while working in Range Rover down in Miami. Then I eventually turned it to a full-time business, and throughout the years, I've sold over $2 million in total sales. And if you want to make more money and work with real suppliers, this document right here would be one of the first things that I would get after getting my LLC and EIN. So guys, by the end of this video, you will know where to go, what to fill out, so that way you can get your sales tax exempt for your business. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is a resale certificate, and why do you need one? And if you already know the answer, of course, feel free to skip to the part where I'm showing you step by step. But basically a resale certificate, also known as a tax permit, resale tax certificate permits, depending on your state, is basically a legal document that allows your business to purchase products and inventories to sell without paying any taxes. And you guys might be asking, why? Why are we allowed to do this? And the answer to that is because we're not the end consumer buying the product, right? We're simply the middleman that's, dealing the transaction. And it's kind of like a real estate agent, right? Think about real estate agents. So they are the person facilitating between the buyer and the seller of the house. They're just the middleman person. The seller of the house pays the capital tax gains of the money that they make, and the buyer of the house is basically paying taxes on the house that they're purchasing, and the person in the middle, the real estate agent, doesn't have any taxes on the house. But of course, they get their commission check, which is a whole separate thing where they pay taxes on that, right? But basically, that's the idea. Us, you, me, we're the middlemen selling on Amazon and the consumers buying. That's why we don't have to pay any taxes, and this document is basically your proof, right? And when you're contacting suppliers out there, wholesale suppliers, this is one of the first things they're going to ask you before even giving you wholesale pricing for bulk purchases. Or even if you're doing online arbitrage, right? If you're buying from Walmart, Home Depot, Best Buy, all that stuff, they accept, tax exempt. So why pay any taxes, right? This is one of the first mistakes when I first started selling on Amazon, right? I didn't know about it till, close to a year. Close to a year, I was paying taxes on my products. Crazy how much money I could have saved. So you should do this and get your sales tax exempt as soon as possible. Don't make the same mistakes as I did and start saving money and make more profit for your business starting from day one. And for me, I usually print a bunch of these here because I do retail arbitrage, where I go to different retail stores like Walmart, Best Buy, Nike, all the other outlets out there, and they do accept, tax certificates. So there's been instances or situations where I ran out, right? I've been using it. So what I do now is every year I print like 50 pages of them, or 50 copies, I would say, and I stick them to my glove box, to the book bag that I have with me, with my laptop and stuff. So that way I never run out. And if I do, I'll print some more. But I've had situations where, I literally had to cancel my transaction, go to the nearest UPS or Staples out there just to print this document here, because it really saves you a lot of money, especially if you're buying a lot. So in Florida, it's 7% tax. In the state you live in, it could be more, right? So definitely worth getting this and make a bunch of copies, and don't make the same mistakes as I did. So now let's go into the actual step-by-step video on how to get one, okay? So that way this covers everyone, because you could be watching this somewhere in a different state in America. You could be in Nebraska, Idaho, Dakota, or Hawaii. I live in Florida. So this will cover everyone that lives in, United States here. And this is the website that basically gives you instructions step by step. And we're gonna fill one out for my state here in Florida. but you want to make sure you follow along as well, because there's some key points that's going to help you out, because basically it's the same type of form, they just call it different, right, from depending on the state you live in, but the same information and concept you need to fill out here. So we're gonna go to this website here, 888lots.com. I'm gonna link it down below, so just click that link on the description and it'll take you to this page here, and you just follow along depending on the state you live on the instructions to what form you need to fill out. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean here. So you guys can see, this is all the resale certificates instruction by state. All 50 states are here. So you can see right here, Alabama is the first one. It's by alphabetical order already. So it's going to show you what you need to, to fill out. So for Alabama, you need EX-A1, right? Again, they're all going to be called different. So let me go to Florida here. So Florida doesn't say specific, but we're going to click this link right here, resale certificate, and it's going to open up a new page, right? So again, check on the state you live, just follow the instructions and click on the link there, and it'll show you exactly what you need to do. So here in Florida, we're going to hit general tax, okay? Florida Department of Revenue. And we're gonna register our business because, on the video here, I'm gonna show you how to do it from scratch. So account registration, you just read the instruction to see which specific form you need to fill. For Florida, it is called the DR1 form, okay? So Florida business tax application is called DR1 in your state. Again, pay attention to what it is. So here's what I mean, guys, business information. First thing you need is the EIN. As I mentioned, you need your LLC and EIN to get started. So if you haven't already, get your LLC first, then you need to get your EIN. It's very simple. You just type in EIN IRS because it's the government. Basically, EIN is your social security for your business, okay? So to do that, you need your LLC first. Then once you have your LLC, you go to this website here and you apply for your EIN. Very simple. It literally takes minutes. They even say that here. And you get the number immediately, right? Which you need to use to fill this form out here, okay? Your social security, your Florida business partner number, which, is in the form is going to show you eventually here. But yeah, basically the EIN is number one crucial thing after getting your LLC. So next thing we're going to do is reasons for applying, okay? By the way, guys, if you've been finding value in this video so far, make sure you hit the thumbs up button because it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to learn more about Amazon FBA, consider hitting the subscribe button. All right. Reasons for applying here, business entity is not currently registered. That's why we're registering, right? But again, you could have different reasons, so just make sure you read and see which one is appropriate for your business, because you could have just moved to the state, right? Wherever you live, or maybe you had purchased an Amazon FBA business, so it all can be different. But again, most of you guys is gonna register it fresh, okay? And next is basically your business name, location, mailing address, all that stuff. Very self-explanatory. Next is going to be the form of business ownership. So all forms is going to require you to do this. As I mentioned, we're going to have LLC. You should have an LLC anyway in order to protect and separate your personal and your business, so that way you're protected. Single member, if you have multiple members, partners, and all that stuff. For me, I used to be a single member, then I switched it, I think 2 years now, to an S Corp. Yeah, it is an S Corp that I did, forgot. Because, for tax purposes and all that stuff, talk to your accountant or tax accountant, all that stuff, your tax guy, what is the difference, and, see if you can benefit on the S Corp. But basically that's more advanced down the future. Most likely you're going to be a single member or multi-member regarding your partnership and all that stuff, okay? All right, so more basic information here, self-explanatory for you to fill out. All right, this is where you need to start paying attention. Here is your NAICS code, because basically it's all different, right? For us, it's going to be the same thing. So just go to this website here, census.gov/NAICS. It's going to show you exactly what it is, where we're selling goods online, right? Like that's our business, retail, reselling. But for example, if someone's doing real estate, they could have a different code. Someone that's like, trying to do like gas stations and stuff like that, fuel, it's gonna have a different code. So make sure you put the right one here, because that's gonna be the correct form that they're gonna show you on the your sales tax certificate, and when they plug it into the retail stores, make sure it comes back properly. All right, describe the primary nature of your business type products. You can literally just put in, selling, reselling stuff online. Don't say stuff. Reselling products online, Amazon FBA. You can put that there. All right. Then number 13 here is going to be, business activity. So sell products to retail. You can put that the same reason as up here, right? It doesn't have to be in detail. It can just be simple as this. You can also do sell products or goods by mail using catalogs or the internet, basically, what Amazon FBA is, but you can also work for eBay, Facebook Market and other third marketplace out there, like maybe Walmart or Best Buy, who's eventually opening up their own marketplace, would, apply for this one as well. Okay, so yeah, those are the key points there in terms of the form itself. So just make sure you read it through properly, because each form is different from each state. But I went through the main points here that's going to help you out when you're doing that and answer a lot of your questions. And so the next step for you guys then is to, sign it, submit it, whether it's email or sometimes you might have to physically mail it in, which is no big deal, because the next step is you're going to just have to wait, right? It might take you a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, but just be patient so that way you get approval, because sometimes they may need more information, right? They probably, missed filling this out and stuff like that. So that's basically the next step before getting your sales tax certificate. And once you do, make sure you save a copy of it, PDF form, in your computer, upload it to Google Drive so you always have access to it. And if you're doing retail arbitrage, definitely print a bunch of this stuff here, so that way you always have a copy out there for yourself. And the last step is basically to start using it. Start setting up on different retailers' websites, like I mentioned, like Walmart, Best Buy, Home Depot. Just basically creating an account to set up your sales tax exempt, right? Even Amazon takes it. It's crazy. So start setting it up. That's basically the last actionable step you need to do once you have it. And if you're reaching out to wholesale suppliers, you're gonna have a PDF form copy of it, which you're gonna send to them when you're sending an email. Thank you guys for watching. If you wanna learn how to reach out and find wholesale suppliers for Amazon FBA business, check this video out here. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter down below for more Amazon FBA tips. See you in the next one.